Where do writers get their ideas about small moments? For the next couple of weeks, we will be working on writing personal narrative stories. When we write personal narrative stories, we write about a small moment. So what do you think is a small moment? Well, our stories will tell about a tiny moment in time. It will also tell us about something that really happened to us. Our stories will have a beginning, middle, and end. Our stories will include details and transitions. Our stories will entertain the audience. The audience is going to be the person reading your story. We're going to listen to a book about a small moment of time. It is called Roller Coaster by Marla Frazee. I just love this book. The very first time I read this book, I was able to connect to the story immediately. My own personal experiences of riding roller coasters during the summer at our local amusement park called Knoebels Grove. I'm sure some of you have been there. My brother, sister, and all my cousins would go there every summer. We would stand in line trying to get to the front seat of the roller coaster, which, by the way, is the best seat on the ride. We would dare each other not to hold on and to hold our hands way above our heads for the whole entire ride. Although sometimes it would be kind of scary, and I would quickly hold on while the roller coaster was plummeting down that great big hill, and then I would put my hands back up. And we would ride that roller coaster over and over again until the park closed. This author, Marla Frazee, I love the way that her words capture my own experiences perfectly. The way the author uses words and describes the experience to capture my own memories in a way that I would have difficulty expressing or explaining what I was feeling. And this is why I chose the book, Roller Coasters, for a mini lesson on personal narratives, to illustrate a small moment, a small memory in time. Let's listen to Roller Coasters.
Roller Coaster by Marla Frazee. Read by Mrs. Buck, Oak Ridge Librarian. Published by Harcourt, Inc. All of these people are waiting in line for the roller coaster. Most of them have ridden on lots of roller coasters. Some of them have only ridden on a roller coaster once or twice. At least one of them has never ridden on a roller coaster before. Ever. The roller coaster is very big and very noisy. You must be tall enough to ride it, but sometimes even those who are tall enough decide they don't want to. Lots of people change their mind about riding the roller coaster at the very last minute. Finally, it is time to get into the cars. The ride operator says, "Load 'em up, 2 to a seat." When everyone is buckled in, the operator rings a bell, and then he releases the brake. The train jerks forward on the tracks. Now it is too late for anyone to change their mind. Slowly the train is pulled up the hill by a chain. Clickety, clickety, clackety, clickety, up, up, up. And then... whoosh! Most people scream. Some people can't make a sound. And one person can't even open her eyes. The train zips. It zooms. It dips and dives. And goes all the way around. Whee! Now the ride is over. Most of these people are dizzy. Some of them have wobbly knees. But at least one of them is planning to ride the roller coaster again. Right now.
The end. So, one big question that a lot of kids ask is, where do writers get their ideas? Well, writers get their ideas from any area of their life. Stories are everywhere if you're looking for them. There are big deal stories or everyday stories, so writers don't need to feel stuck looking for an idea, because if they're not sure, they can think back to themselves, what have I done today? Let's look at this page. My Life Web. Do you know what a web is? Do you know what a spider web is? Now a spider web starts with a teeny tiny little circle, and then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can see all the little lines. Well, this is my life web. This is where it starts, and it branches out to 4 categories in my life. The first one is people. People that I'm going to name are people that I've spent a lot of time with. I know them very well. Animals. Animals that I've watched or I have been with these animals. Places. Places that I have visited and I can tell somebody about. Loves. These are the things I love. So, my life web means I am going to brainstorm different parts of my life and I'm going to put them into categories. So these are going to be all about me. For people, well, I know my mom and dad. I have a sister named Tanya and a brother named Jody. Ted is my husband, and Charlie, Sam, Henry, and Teddy are all my sons. So I could write about a moment that I spent with one of them. Or maybe I want to write about animals. Well, things that I've either watched or been with. Well, my family and I like to do tadpole catching every spring and watch the tadpoles turn into frogs. We also go turtle catching when we go kayaking down the Conagwinnett. We try to catch as many baby turtles as we can, and then we let them go. We raise chickens, and I can also tell people all about the Susquehanna service dog puppies that we raise. Places that I visited. Well, I can name 4. We go to the beach a lot. We go to Knoebels Grove. I can tell you about Hershey Park. And another favorite place that we like to go hiking is Ricketts Glen State Forest in upstate Pennsylvania. Those are the places that I could also write about. But what does Mrs. Pluta love? I love doing these things. I love spaghetti. I love taking family hikes. I love fishing. And I love boating. I could always tell about a moment of something that I love, doing something that I love. So now it's your turn. You are going to complete your life web. Under each category, people, animals, places, and things that you love, you're going to name 3 to 4 things or names under each category about your life. This is all about you. So these are your ideas. I cannot wait to learn more about you by reading my life web about you. So make sure that you do 3 to 4 different names of things underneath each category here, because this is where we're going to get our ideas for our writing.